Hey guys, it's me again. So in this video is strictly Detroit Lions. I may talk about the Pistons at the end, but it's basically going to be the Detroit Lions off season. I'm first going to tell you guys the list of candidates for head coach, and then the list of candidates for GM, and then I'm gonna say what is my, I wouldn't say perfect off season, but the things that I would like them to do and during this off season. Now, whether they do it or not is a different story, but this is just what I want them to do. The off season has officially begun, except for the playoff teams, and I may do a video on the playoff teams either tomorrow or Thursday, maybe even Friday, but sometime before Saturday because that's when the games start. But yeah, let's get into this video. So, the Lions have a few candidates for head coach. Now, this is a short list, and there's probably more candidates. There's probably more interviews going to happen. This is just as of 15 minutes ago that this list was posted. They've interviewed former Bengals head coach Marvin Lewis, Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, Lions interim head coach Derek Bevel, 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh, Titans offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, and Saints assistant head coach is Dan Campbell. I know they've also shown interest in former college coach Urban Meyer. And I know they've also kind of shown interest for Panthers offensive coordinator Joe Brady. Alright, so here's their list of GM candidates. The Lions have interviewed or shown interest, and this is, like I said, there's probably more people. Yeah, there's a list of. Yeah, now I got the full list. my memory is terrible. That's why I have it on my laptop right here to list, so I don't have to try to remember it. So here's their list of GM candidates. Lions Vice President of Player Operations Cal O'Brien, Lions Director of Personnel Lance Newmark, Lions Director of Pro Scouting Rob Lohman, I think that's how I pronounce his name, former Eagles Director of Pro Personnel and ESPN analyst Louis Riddick, former Texans GM Rick Smith, former Falcons Assistant GM Scott Poioli. Hope I pronounced that name right. I'm terrible with names. I probably will murder a lot of names. Former Falcons GM Thomas Dimitroff. Saints Vice President Assistant GM of Pro Personnel Terry Fontenot. Why can't these names be just, like Rick Smith or something like that? Like, why can't it be like an easy name? Saints Vice President Assistant GM of College Personnel Jeff Ireland. There we go. There's an easy name. Rams Director of College Scouting Brad Holmes. Vikings Assistant GM George Patton. And Seahawks GM and Executive Vice President John Schneider. And then we're going to look at the free agents. I'm not going to say all. I'm just going to have a look at them. Larry Fitzgerald is already announced. He's going to retire. Phillip Rivers, he may retire. We don't know yet. Hasn't announced it yet, but he might. But there's a list of some good free agents. But let's go back to the head coaching. Now the Lions pick 7th in this year's draft. Now, I don't know what they're going to want to do with Stafford. That's going to be up to the new head coach, the new GM. And, of course, whatever Stafford wants to do. My guess is Stafford will probably want to stay in Detroit. He's very loyal to us. I mean, he showed it over the years, especially, playing against the Vikings in Week 17. He had no reason to go out there. I mean, there was, he didn't have to go out there and play. Especially with all his injuries he's been doing, like, his broken thumb, his ankle, his ribs. I mean, he didn't have to go. But he did. And he looked pretty good out there. So my guess is he has 2 years left on his contract. So if we're going to trade him, we're going to have to find someone who wants to take on that big contract. But this is what I want them to do. For the head coaching candidates, like I said in my other video, my number one candidate was Urban Meyer. But since I haven't really seen any, more updates on Urban Meyer for the Detroit Lions, I don't know if we're actually going to pursue him. I know he's shown interest, but I don't know if we're going to pursue him. So I'm basically going to put Urban Meyer into the box. I'm not saying I'm forgetting about him. I'm just saying I just don't think we're going to get him just because I'm not seeing, there hasn't been, strong push from the Lions saying that, yes, we're going to go after Urban Meyer. He's our guy. I have not heard anything like that. I haven't even heard any updates on Urban Meyer. So, out of the list of coaches I said, I guess my number one candidate is Robert Saleh. I know defensive coordinators in the past haven't worked, but I think Robert Saleh is different. Just one, because I think he's a player's coach. Matt Patricia was not. So I think Robert Saleh, he's a player's coach, and he knows how to handle adversity with injured players. Because he had to do it all season this year, and the 49ers still had a pretty good defense. And that's all I'm asking for the Lions next season. I'm not asking for them to have the best defense in the league, just not something where it's 31st or 32nd. If they can get it to 20 or 19, that'd be good. I mean, that just shows you improved, and you can actually stop people. That's all I'm asking for, is a defense that can force turnovers and make stops when you need them to. So I also wouldn't mind the Titans offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith. He seems like a pretty good guy. I don't think I would like Eric Bieniemy. A lot of people have been saying this, and I kind of agree. He kind of reminds me of the offensive coordinator version of Matt Patricia, just because something that they have a good head coach and Andy Reid. So I think it's getting too much hype. So I don't think we should hire Eric Bieniemy. Now, if we do hire him, I gave Matt Patricia, I gave him a chance. I say, I'll give you a chance to see what you can do. But I'd rather have either Arthur Smith or Robert Saleh. I would love to have Urban Meyer, but I just don't think we're going to get him. On the GM side, my top two candidates is, in no particular order, they're tied. The Seahawks GM and Executive Vice President John Schneider. I kind of liked what he's done with Seattle. So I would not mind having him. And then Louis Riddick, there we go. I also just woke up. I probably should have woken up a little bit before I started the video. Yeah, I don't want anybody from the Texans. I don't want anybody from the Texans. Or the Falcons. So Louis Riddick, yes. I know he hasn't really been a GM ever, but he's been a director, former pro personnel. So I wouldn't mind giving him a chance. He seems to know a lot, and I wouldn't mind giving him a chance. But I guess my number one candidate, if I had to choose, would be John Schneider, just because he's been in the chair and he's done a pretty good job in Seattle. But yeah, those are my top two candidates. I also don't want anybody from the Lions organization to be a GM. I'm sorry, I just don't. That should be a bad idea. If I had to give someone else a chance, I guess it would probably be the former Falcons GM, Thomas Dimitroff, because I think he was the GM when they brought the team to the Super Bowl. And yes, I know they choked in that Super Bowl, but that wasn't on the general manager. He built the team. That was just a coach who failed to coach. So I guess I wouldn't mind giving him a chance, since he kind of built a team that went to the Super Bowl. I think if I remember correctly, I think it was Thomas. Yes, because I don't think an assistant GM. Yes, it was Thomas. I mean, I guess you could probably say one of the two Saints, GM of assistant GM of pro personnel, or GM of college personnel, since what the Saints have been doing. But I guess if I'm gonna have to make a top five, if like you asked me what is your top five, it would go John Snyder number one, Louis Riddick number two, number three Thomas Dimitroff, and number four, number five would be the two Saints guys. So those would be my guys, but I want them to hire John Snyder. Now, I'm not going to say the whole list of free agents. I'm going to say what I wouldn't mind going after. Alright, so as we all know, Mr. Larry Fitzgerald is officially retiring from the NFL. So no more Larry Fitzgerald. He was 38, so I kind of saw that coming, soon. Alright. I'm going to say mainly defense, because that's what we need. First thing I want them to do is re-sign, if I can find him, he was on the list, Romeo Okwara. He's 26 years old. Why is he on there twice? Yeah, he's on this list twice. That's weird. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I want to get Romeo Okwara. He's had a breakout season this year. 10 sacks. And a bunch of pressures and hurries. We need him. We need to resign him. That'd be the smart thing to do. Hassan Reddick. I wouldn't mind getting him. We need better linebackers than what we do have. Yes, I know Jamie Collins is good, but he's getting older. And Jared Davis and Javai, they're just not doing it. They're just not cutting it. So Hassan Reddick, he's been good for Arizona, so I wouldn't mind getting him. And these guys are cheap. These guys are like $3 million. I'm not asking for everybody, more expensive, except maybe one guy, and I'll tell later. I also wouldn't mind getting Yannick Ngakoue. At least I'm gonna want a max. But I mean, all I'm saying though, like, we may not have a lot of money, but if we're gonna want to be good this season, we're gonna have to make some moves this offseason. I do not see them resign Danny Amendola, and although they do sign him maybe another 1 year. Although we do need some wide receivers, though. We only have 2 wide receivers on contract for next season. That's Quintez Cephas and Geronimo Allison. So, if we're gonna want to go after someone, might as well go get someone like Corey Davis. And who else is on there? Marvin Jones. Although he's getting older, I don't know if we're gonna resign Marvin. I personally wouldn't. I know what he's done, but he's getting older and he's gonna want more money. So if I'm gonna pay money, I'd rather pay someone who's younger than older. Let's see. T.Y. Hilton, all this, he's also older too. I know I saw Allen Robinson. I know he's 28, but he wouldn't mind good, although I think he may want to max as well. AJ Green, he's 33. I wouldn't. Now, if I'm gonna go after an old guy, and it was expensive, I would go after Von Miller. Although I'm pretty sure the Broncos would re-sign him. But if they don't, that'd be one guy. I know he's 32, but Von Miller is still Von Miller. So I wouldn't mind trying to give him a chance, although he may be too expensive for us. But yeah, I wouldn't mind trying to get Justin Simmons at free safety. He's only 27. Olivier Vernon, he's 30. Richard Sherman, I know he's 33, but still he'd be good for 1 or 2 years. Let's see. But yeah, Corey Davis. I want us to really pursue Corey Davis. He's only 26, and he's been a pretty good wide receiver. He's not been talked about as much because of A.J. Brown in Tennessee, but Corey Davis is he's a rising star. From Western Michigan too. I also wouldn't mind going after Brian Poole. He's been a pretty good cornerback. I think we need some secondary. I mean, we need pretty much a whole new defense. So we need to go after some guys. Now, I'm not saying we're going to get all the guys I'm saying. These are just the guys I want us to go after. Like Mackenzie Alexander, I wouldn't mind giving him a chance. John Miller, we need some offensive linemen. And Hassan Reddick, I already said that. I really want him. I guess I guess you want a cheap wide receiver. I guess you can go after Keenan Cole. If he's 28 years old, you could probably get 2 or 3 years out of him. Let's see. There was one guy. I can't. See, Jared Davis is I know he's 26 years old, but he hasn't been that good. I mean, yes, he's had his bright spots, but overall, he's not had a good season. He's not had a good career line. So I say we let him go. Let him test free agency. Let him go to another team. I also wouldn't mind re-signing Matt Prater. I know he's 37 years old, but I wouldn't mind re-signing him. I know we need a kicker. God, there was one guy on here that I saw that I wouldn't mind giving a chance. Where is he? I can't find him. I cannot find him. Curtis Samuel, yeah. I was going to say, another wide receiver we should go after is Curtis Samuel. He's 25 years old, and we'll get him for cheap because I'm looking at the money, and I don't know what these numbers mean. I wish it told me whatever this AAV is. I'm guessing this is what they're. Oops, and that's not what I wanted. Oh shoot! I just messed this up. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. I just messed this whole... It's alright, whatever. I think that what I was showing was a salary, because the top guys had like 15 or 19 million, and then as you went down, it went cheaper. So my guess is that's what they're worth. So, yeah, those are the guys. Hassan Reddick, Curtis Samuel, Corey Davis, Romeo Okoro, we need to resign him. Everson Griffin was on there. I wouldn't mind, resigning him to a 2-year deal because, he's 33 years old. He still was able to do good on our defense, and he can also help the young guys. I'm hoping Julian Okoro can develop. But yeah, those are the guys I really want to go after. Corey Davis, Hassan Reddick, Romeo Okoro, Curtis Samuel, re-sign Kenny Galladay. Resign Matt Prater because we need a kicker. And maybe try to go after Von Miller and Allen Robinson if you have the money to do it. But if you don't, that's fine. Now, if they do trade Stafford, let's say they do trade Stafford, they can either pick one up in free agency. Dak Prescott's in there, but he's also going to want a max. And I don't know if you're going to want Dak Prescott. He's already 28 years old. Or draft one. Now in the draft, if they don't trade Stafford, I want to either go with Micah Parsons, the linebacker because what if we don't get all the guys we get? Like, when do we need a linebacker? Micah Parsons, I think, will be better than Devai or Davis combined. Micah Parsons from Penn State. Or, if you need a wide receiver, Jamar Chase, although by 7, I think he'll be gone. Or try to get Devontae Smith. I'm hoping he'll fall, although if he wins the Heisman, he may go before Jamar Chase. And then or Jalen Waddle, I don't know, but I mean, there's still some good guys out there for wide receiver, but Devontae Smith or Jamar Chase, I really want as well. So those are the 3 guys I want to draft at 7. We could trade up, we could trade down. I'm not opposed to either of it. We try to trade up, get our guy, or trade down and try to get more picks. I mean, that maybe also be smart to do if we're in a rebuild. Try to get 2 first-rounders out of the 7th overall. Like, maybe like a 8th or a 9th and like a 18th or a 20. Something like that. I don't know. But that is my little Lions off-season. Now, obviously, what I just said probably will not happen. All of it. I mean, let's see. All the wide receivers in this free agency. Yeah, so Corey Davis, Allen Robinson. I don't like John Ross. He's just a speedy guy. He's good at Madden. Just that's about it. Keenan Cole, I guess I wouldn't mind giving him a chance. Antonio Brown, I don't want him. Curtis Samuel, I want him. Juju Smith-Schuster, wouldn't mind giving a chance. He's only 24. Yeah, that's about it. I would resign Jamal Agnew too for the punt return. Now for defense, like I said, let's see, defensive line. I know we have a decent defensive line, but it could be better. Like, I think we saw Shelton for a year. That Penasini guy, he has been a nice surprise. But I wouldn't mind going after either Leonard Williams, Yannick Ngakoue. I forgot about him. Yannick Ngakoue. I want Yannick Ngakoue. Or Sloan Thomas. I want to get back Everson Griffin. Of course, we need to get Romeo Cora. I think that's about it. Other than that, there's not a lot of like big names out there. Yeah, no. Now we probably want to go a lot of secondary as well, just because, like, of how depleted we were this season with injuries. So you may want to stock up on those. Let's see what's in free agency at cornerback. Well, Patrick Peterson, Richard Sherman, DJ Hayden, Josh Norman. Yeah, see, these guys are just old, and they probably cost more. So, let's see. If I were to pick up some guys, Brian Poole, when am I picking up him? Mike Hilton, Kevin King. I like Kevin King. This free agency class is not stacked like others has been. I mean, this still has pretty good players in it, but it wasn't as good as past draft. Free agency classes. Shaquille Griffin, I wouldn't mind giving him a chance. Desmond King. So, yeah, we really should go secondary. That one guy from, what was it? Justin Simmons. I might give him a chance. He's only 27 years old. And he's done pretty well, I feel like, in Denver. Although he's going to be... Yeah, he's the second highest, along with Anthony Harris. So, if we're going to want him, we're going to have to pay some money for him. Or I guess you can go young, get 24-year-old Marcus Williams. or yeah, that's about it. But yeah, I want Justin Simmons. So yeah, that's my little outlook on the offseason, how I want them to do. Me personally, I want them to keep Stafford for at least one more year. Just see what we can get. Because like I said, offense has never the issue. It's our defense. So I think this offseason we should focus more on defense. So, and then like I said, the coaches, I guess my number one candidate would be Robert Saleh if Urban Meyer is no longer in consideration. And then for GM, my top two candidates is either Louis Riddick, and my number one candidate is John Schneider. And then hopefully they make the right decisions. And yeah, that is my Lions off season. I hope you enjoyed. Now tomorrow will be the morning of me and my friend Brenton is going to do that video. I guess since I just did the Lions off season, we may not talk about the Jets and the Lions as much as the Pistons and Celtics, how we want them to see this season or what we want them to do. I'll give you the truth. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. I know we're going to talk about the Pistons and Celtics, but I have no clue what we're actually going to talk about, about them or how it's going to go. We may just make it up and go by ear. So I'm excited to do it. Then, like I said, either Thursday or Friday, I'm going to do a video of the wild card weekend coming up and who I expect to win and who I say to watch out for, like the sleeper teams in both the NFC and the AFC. I'm going to give you 2 teams on each side for sleeper teams. So that'll be either Thursday or Friday. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day.